Hello everyone. Today our topic is statistical quality control. First, what is SQC? SQC stands for statistical quality control. When the statistical techniques are employed to control the quality or solve the quality problems, then quality control is called as statistical quality control, that is SQC. It consists of the three basic activities. First, data collection. Second, data analysis. Third, data interpretation. The importance of statistical quality control are: it reduces the scrap produced, it reduces the cost of the material, it provides the better utilization of raw material, it improves the productivity, the fault detection is easy using SQC, it has high efficiency, it reduces the wastage of man and machine hours, it creates the quality awareness amongst the employee, it improves the inspection standards, and finally it is easy to apply. Statistical data. Statistical data is classified into variable data and attribute data. Variables: when the measurements are carried out to find the quality characteristics of the component, the quality is expressed by the variables such as length, temperature, hardness, stress and strength, etc. by measuring instruments such as microscope, vernier caliper and thermometer. Variable data may be in whole number or in a fraction such as 1.2, 2, 2.6, 3, 4.8, 7.7 or 9. Next, attribute. When a record shows only the number of workpiece, items, products conforming or non-conforming to any quality characteristic for specified requirement, it is said to be attributes. The object is defective or not defective is checked by go gauges and non go gauges. The value of this data is in whole number but not in a fraction such as 1, 3, 4, 6 and 9. Various statistical control tools are histogram, bar chart, frequency polygon, process capability chart, various control chart. The first diagram indicate histogram for the monthly salary. This diagram indicate the bar chart, and the third diagram indicate the frequency polygon. Next, central tendency. When we accurately measure the dimension of the most of the components, it tends to concentrate close to middle of the two extreme values. This is called as central tendency. It is expressed in terms of three ways such as mean, median and mode. First, mean or arithmetic mean. The average of all the values of the variable in the sample space is represented by the mean. Suppose the data consists of numbers such as 16, 17, 10, 13, 20, 18, 13, 14 and 18. The mean is given by the ratio of summation of all the values present in the data to the total number of values in the data. So x bar is equal to 139 upon 9, which is equal to 15.44. If any value is repeated again and again, so the frequency of the value is given at that time. The arithmetic mean is is the ratio of sum of the product of frequency and the values in the given sample to the sum of the frequency in the sample space. That is, x bar is the summation of frequency into value upon summation of frequency. Next, median. It is the middlemost term when observation arranged in ascending and descending order. So for median, first arrange all the observed data in ascending order. If the number of observation, which is small n, is odd, then the median is the value at the position of n plus 1 by 2. Example is given where it consists of the numbers 1, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the total numbers are 7, which is odd. So to find the median value is the 7 terms plus 1 means 8 divided by 2 means fourth term is the median value. So here the fourth term is 6. So median is 6. If the number of observation is even, so first find the value at the position of n by 2 term. Next, find the value of the position n plus 1 by 2. And third, find the average of these two values to get the median. So example is given which consists of numbers from 1 to 9. So first step is find the value at the position n by 2. So n is 9. 9 by 2 means near about 4 to 4.5. So fourth term is 4. Next next step is find the value at position n plus 1 by 2 means 9 plus 1 10 divided by 2 means 5. So fifth term is 5. So an average of 4 and 5 is 9 by 2, which is equal to 4.5. So median is 4.5. Next, mode. It is the most repeated term in the observation. The term having the maximum frequency is called as mode. So one example is given which consists of the certain numbers such as 99, 23, 71, 18, 14, 50 and 13. So first arrange these numbers in ascending order, and there is the frequency of all the terms is 1. No term is repeated. That's why the mode is none for the given example. The another example is given where the numbers are 5, 13, 9, 7, 1, 9, 2, 9 and 11. Here the 9 is repeated 3 times, means the frequency for 9 is 3. That's why the mode is 9. Mode value is 9. Next, dispersion. It is defined as the extent to which the data is scattered about the zone of central tendency. As the central tendency is represented by the three terms such as mean, median and mode, the dispersion is represented by range, standard deviation and variance. Central tendency and dispersion are opposite to each other. Next, range. Range is defined as the difference between largest observed value to the smallest observed value. Standard deviation, which is denoted by sigma, it is the root mean square of the deviation from the arithmetic mean. It measures the average variation of the data entries from the mean. Next, variance, which is denoted by sigma square. It is the sum of the square of deviation from the arithmetic mean divided by the number of observations. Variance is the square of standard deviation. Suppose x1, x2, x3 up to xn are the n number of observations and x bar is the arithmetic mean, then the standard deviation sigma is equal to the square root of x1 minus x bar bracket square plus x2 minus x bar bracket square plus up to xn minus x bar bracket square divided by n, and the standard deviation which is and variation which is the square of standard deviation sigma square is equal to the ratio of x1 minus x bar bracket square plus x2 minus x bar bracket square plus up to xn minus x bar bracket square divided by n. Next is control chart. Control chart is the graphical representation of the collected data. It gives advance warning of the change in the trend of the production towards the increasing number of defective articles. It is the most commonly used SQC tools. The control charts are classified as variable control charts and attribute control chart, where X chart and R chart are the examples of variable control chart, and P chart, NP chart, C chart, and U chart are the examples of attribute control chart. First, variable control chart. X bar and R bar chart are the examples of variable control chart. First, what is X bar chart? The average of the measurement in the sample is known as X bar chart. It shows the centering process. So the X bar chart represents the average of the measurement as shown in figure. R chart. The range of the measurement in the sample is known as R chart, and it shows the uniformity or consistency of the process. So X bar chart indicate the average of the measurement in the sample, and R bar chart indicate the range of measurement in the sample as shown in figure. Next, attribute control chart. P chart, NP chart, C chart, and U chart are the examples of attribute control chart. So first, P chart. P chart the indicate the percentage of defect in the sample is called as P chart, whereas C chart is the number of defect in the sample is known as C chart, or it is also called as defect chart. In short, P chart indicate the percentage of defect produced in the sample, and C chart indicate the number of defect in the sample. Thank you.